Beloved ones, we greet thee. The joy that it brings us is to say to you all that humanity has just shifted, changed the level of consciousness here on your earth. We bring you this series, Awakening to Oneness, because now it is time. It is time to understand that the challenges that you have been living on this planet for eons, the challenge of what you call the light versus the dark, the challenge is separation versus oneness. You will begin to understand more about who you are, why you are here, to drop the judgment which keeps you separate. And so, beloved ones, we invite you to join us to be an emissary of change, to uplift your own lives, and in doing so, supporting the upliftment of humanity. Join us. We will show you how.
So, hello and welcome.
Here we are with another week to share some amazing energies with you. And I can feel the energy building. So it's really great. Each one of us just intending to connect. Just feel, yeah, it's beautiful, very strong. So I was watching the chat as people were signing in, South Africa, Argentina, all around the place. Of course, Greece, Athens, Houston, Germany, New Zealand, Czech Republic, Taiwan, Liverpool, Bulgaria. What about your chat, Jules? Who's coming in on that
I'm
one?
just feeling the boost. So
Colombia, Brazil,
field.
Slovenia, Victoria,
Yeah.
Sweden.
We have somebody who's saying it's a beautiful day in Sebastopol, California. Wife's PET scan PET scan shows complete remission for cancer.
That's fantastic.
That's super exciting. I'm celebrating.
Sweden, Italy, Texas, Oregon, Brazil, Arkansas, Poland, more from California, Nova Scotia, Portugal. Feel the energy. Just intend to connect and feel. Hello from Paris, yes, Greece, Portland, Portugal, Macedonia, Argentina, Spain, Australia. Feel. Just feel. Intend and to hold it. New Mexico, Austria, just feeling the energy and hold it. Uruguay, yes. Rhode Island, perfect, fantastic, wonderful energy. Washington State, Hungary, British Columbia, feel the energy. Feel the energy. Cape Cod, Athens, feel. Pasadena, feel. Feel. Kenya, feel. Flower Riviera in Italy, yes. Ontario, Flagstaff, Turkey, Chile, feel. Mexico, Spain, Nevada. Somebody asking, where's Harry? Denmark, feel. Tucson, feel. Ottawa, feel. Placerville, yes. Israel, Belgium, Maui, Nova Scotia, Missouri, Maryland, Scotland, feel. Aquila, feel. Azores, yes. Montreal, beautiful energy. Scotland, Santa Barbara, yeah. So holding this energy, just holding the energy, Israel, feel, just feel. Edmonton, yes. Anna is saying the energy is so sweet. Yes, it is. Sao
really
Paulo,
soft right now.
in Brazil. Venezuela, feel. Eloise is saying such a calm. Continue to hold this energy, and we'll share with you in a moment what Alcazar's been doing with it over this weekend. Claudia, From Portugal, welcome. Belgium, feel, feel, feel. Beautiful. Mallorca, Brazil, Czech Republic, Singapore, yeah, San Francisco, Argentina, Italy again, feel, Australia, Florianopolis, Brazil. Hi, Mel. We're going to be coming to Florianopolis later this year. We're looking forward to that. Feel, New Zealand, New Jersey, South Carolina. Beautiful. Portugal. Yeah. Feel. Feel. Netherlands. Beautiful. Florida. Spain. Sonoma. So continue to hold this energy. Just continue to intend to connect. There's thousands of people on this experience together. Budapest, Hungary, another one. Feel, Germany.
I just got a feeling to invite everybody who's in the workshop this weekend in our home, just to like send the energy of the workshop out, just to connect back into this field that we've been creating, and just feel and blast that out. Because we just finished yesterday, so we're all still in it. So whether you're listening live or to the replay, just contributing that field and drawing the energy from the past 3 days into awakening to oneness. It's already happening. Just feel this.
So love from DC, Brazil, Portugal. Feel. Madeira, Virginia. Someone from the moon. Oh, and look who's joined us. It's Harry.
You've been requested, Harry.
Okay. Now feel the energy building. You created quite an excitement, Harry. Feel. Okay.
Good morning, Harry.
Yeah. Washington State, Texas. Beautiful. Yay. Okay. Zurich. Feel. Michelle is saying, I felt the energy arriving as soon as you started to speak about it. Yeah. Vancouver, Berkeley, feel, Zurich. So see if you can just hold the energy. Because Alcazar has been saying that as we create this energy field and hold it, we will be able to direct it so that something more can be happening. And they didn't really say what it was. Well, we've just finished this workshop here in Shasta. And on the last day, we talked about the number of people from the Stargate family that have been writing to support, expressing that there's difficult challenges happening in their life. And can Alcazar help? And when we mentioned this to the group, we had different suggestions and ideas of how we can support the community when individuals find themselves in a challenging situation. And what came out of that after we'd had this discussion were several ideas that we're going to implement. via the Circles Network. So if you haven't joined the Circles Network yet, we would really encourage you to do so, because it's going to be a way of finding support around the world and also in your local neighborhood or in your country or in this same language that you speak. But what happened yesterday afternoon was Alcazar guided a meditation. And the meditation was to create a supportive energy field that anyone could tap into at any time. And that meditation is going to be edited today, and we're going to share it with you tomorrow. And the reason that we're going to share it with you is because we are going to invite you to add your intention and your support into this beautiful energy field that's already been created, so that whenever any one of us feels the need for a bit more energy of support, it is there. You can play that meditation. You can receive the energies from it, and it can uplift you. It can give you perhaps a higher perspective on what's happening in your life, so that you can look again and choose again, to choose a different reality. That might seem almost impossible when you are stuck in a challenge that is really stressing you out. But more and more, we're hearing from people that just by doing the meditations, things change for them. So now this meditation is designed specifically for any one of us whenever we need that support, that new viewpoint on what's happening in our lives. We can draw upon it. So for me, that was really exciting to have that happen, because this whole intention behind the Stargate work is supporting each one of us to evolve. And what Alcazar said yesterday, and I think it was in part of the meditation, but I'm not sure. What he said was that these challenges that we have in our lives are a gift to us to free ourselves from past emotional issues. Even if it's coming up in the now, it's a reminder of old situations, old trauma, whatever. And that if we can see it as a gift, we are already beginning to change the energy about it. Now, I know it's very difficult when you're stuck inside of a difficult situation to see it as a gift. But I think each one of us can appreciate it is a gift once you're out of it.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, often you can. It sort of depends, right, on how it goes.
Yeah.
But we can definitely see it as a growth edge, something that's in our lives to stimulate some form of evolution, of spiritual cultivation, of compassion. There's always a depth to what's happening to us. And I don't know, I heard Tony Robbins say this. I don't know if it's originally his quote, but he talks about life happens for you, not to you. And so there's always a way to like see what's happening in our lives as this next level of growth and evolution. But for me, during the intensive this weekend, what happened in the evening of the second day blew me away. because Prageet guided this meditation, and Alcazar was essentially, for the first time ever, working with us in a really different way. Like the Alcazar group of universal masters came in, and the energy was soft. And I would say like it was like a space all around us, and there was a lot occurring in these multidimensional levels and layers that I was starting to sense. And Alcazar was speaking to us about starting to know our true selves. And it's like, as that was being delivered, there's this actual sense of, it's like almost impossible to put into words, but there's this sense of like, this is the most exciting thing in the whole world for me when I get these glimpses of my true self, or these glimpses of these layers of awareness that are usually beyond our scope. And Sherry, who was there, was saying like essentially that she was actually like seeing these silhouetted figures and feeling them touching her in her heart and her head. And then Alcazar was saying you might feel the energy in your heart or your head. So it's like, I just want to share this because we're still very much in the field that we created over the weekend. And so we can draw in this next level of sensitivity and subtle energy and multidimensional layering together into awakening to oneness, just with the intention. Because this is the intention of this series, is that there's a growth edge. There's a spiritual growth edge that's happening for humanity right now. There's openings for us to know ourselves on deeper levels than perhaps we ever have before.
The beauty about what happened that Jules was just talking about when the Alcazar group came in, usually when Alcazar is talking, it's like the spokesperson, for want of a better word, for that group of universal masters. But what was so special was they all came in as the, in a sense, individual selves. They came into the meditation. And just saying it, I'm feeling kind of a tingling right now. They came in a way that they haven't been here before. And to me, that's just an indication that we are growing so rapidly together. Yeah. One of the things also to be aware of is that because we are on this accelerated course, your superconscious wants you to get rid of all these old limitations. It wants you to dump them. And for some of those limitations, you need to work through it consciously. And that's why these challenging situations arise in our lives. Even if it seems like nothing to do with you, a work situation, you're suddenly fired, an accident that happens, whatever it is, it might seem like it's happening in isolation. No, it's not. There's no such thing as an accident. You draw them to you. You magnetize them to you for some reason. And that's why if we can view these challenges, these difficulties from a different perspective, rather than feeling a victim to that situation, we honor the fact that somehow, for some reason, we created that. And if you look at it from that perspective, then you are more open to understand how you created it, to let go of that unconscious or subconscious program that attracted that difficulty to you. And you dissolve it, you let it go, and you become free of repeating that pattern again but also your vibration elevates permanently. That's one heavy load out of your field. So your superconscious is egging you on, wanting you to move through these challenges to be free. So someone is asking, can we get the live stream of this workshop? Yes, as always, or almost always. It's possible to get them, but they need to be edited first.
Yeah, we have audios from this one, not
Yeah.
video.
Yeah.
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 Yes.
And that will take a while to edit it all, but we'll have that meditation tomorrow.
It takes about 2 weeks, but we're
Yeah.
gonna clip out that one of the participants who is there with us this weekend said that it was like a red button meditation, like when you're really, really in it and you're really, really freaked out because of one thing or another. Basically, your life is too much for you. Then this is a meditation for those moments. So, and we knew when we were doing it that we wanted to energize it with the potential energy from everyone who's on awakening to oneness. So
Interesting comment from Donna saying, I had 2 very auspicious dreams this weekend that totally mirror everything you are saying that happened during the retreat. I woke up on Monday morning to a new sense of joy and hope. That's great, Donna. You were clearly, on some level, almost participating or tuning into the evolution that was happening.
which makes sense because we were definitely calling
We-
you all in and feeling your energy.
Yeah.
Everyone who Alcazar often says, everyone who will be hearing these words.
That's true. Yeah, he did.
Yeah. So Jackie is saying this energy is super mellowing. For me, this is what connecting to nature feels like. Deep peace. I feel it too right now. And it's an interesting feeling for me because I feel like I was telling Prageet before we went live, like almost like I'm underwater right now. And there's like one of those whirlpools above me, like I'm still spinning. I'm clearly still integrating and need to be gentle with myself today. And at the same time, I'm so feeling like this emanation of peaceful energy that's like coming through the field.
Tanya is saying, I do see the gifts, I do see the challenges and appreciate every single one. Yet for now, I have grown enough. I need a soul vacation. How to manifest that? Well, your soul says it's time for you to have a vacation. If your soul says, she's still got a few more things, then that will come. Again, your intention creates. So if your intention really is just to have a conversation, then call it forth. Allow it to be there.
Well, Courtney's saying we're in the 49th gene key of rebirth that is described as a whirlwind. That's really good to know, Courtney. Thank you. Your mic might have just died.
No, my mic's on.
Oh, okay. Someone said the sound fell away.
Oh, okay.
We good?
Huh. Well, it says my mic is bad, but it's turned on. I'm not quite sure what's going on. So I'm talking. Okay, so.
Needs mic. See if
Okay,
that
how does
changed
it sound
anything.
now? Is it still garbled or is it better?
Keep talking.
Terry is saying it sounds perfect here. Now it's good. Now it's good. Okay.
Good.
Okay. Lovely. Thank you. Well, maybe this garbled energy is people saying, oh no, don't tell me that. I don't want to hear that.
I think it's really about being in the flow, for the need for a soul vacation.
Yeah.
How to create that. It's like life at any given moment may not feel like a total vacation, but you can always create an oasis for yourself that can help you to have a reset. And there are certain things that you can choose that help to calm the nervous system and the brain, like going for a walk in nature, turning off the TV, because TV has so many images that for your brain, it's not actually rest. So they call this active recovery. So like massage, bath time with no stimulation, like there's different things that you can do to give yourself that space to like really tune back into yourself. But it's also like truly like being in the flow of life, so that like you have activity and then you have regeneration. We can't always escape. Sometimes I know we really want to. Yeah.
So this
We might want to change mics. It seems like yours might
is
still
it still a little distorted, or is it
Okay.
is it fixed now? Is that just an old comment?
We're good.
No, we're saying it's okay.
Okay.
Good. Somebody's saying, Jules, you are a gem. Yes, absolutely. In more ways, many faceted gem.
Oh my goodness. I kind of needed to hear that today, so thank you.
Okay. All right. So I'm just waiting for something. Maybe it's a comment. Maybe it's something from you guys, because usually when Alcazar is ready for meditation, it's very clear. And I'm not getting anything right now to talk about or to bring Alcazar through. So that's usually an indication that something needs to come from our audience. So are you feeling something that needs to be expressed? Do you have a question that you feel like needs to be answered? What is it?
I'm receiving a little love bath. Thank you. Lisa is saying I sometimes have a stress in my stomach. Would it be connected? Like a bloated feeling.
Would it be connected to what, Lisa? It's like a bloated feeling. Well, everything is connected. But that's not the comment that we're waiting for, in a way. A. Smith is saying in the introduction, it mentions a judgment that keeps us separate. What is that? Well, it's different for each one of us. But basically, judgment is about separation. And so we've been trained to be separate. We're in a duality. But in order for us to move into oneness, we need to drop the judgment. And we judge all kinds of things. And the strongest judgment is usually the one that we judge ourselves.
I've had the experience a few times of feeling like myself in higher mind, where the thoughts that are coming feel just super connected and intuitive. And in those moments when I had a thought that was more like of a judgment nature, I could feel it literally cutting me off from that like higher mind. It was really interesting. Yeah.
Stop.
Deb is saying the dragons are strong right now in the earth. How do we draw their power and add it to the meditation and add love to the power? Well, dragons to me do represent the power of love and reverence.
And actually, our workshop started on
the Lunar New Year on Friday. Wait, was it Friday? Saturday.
The wood dragon.
The year of the wood dragon. So like this is something we noticed. We had two big morphic field days during the workshop. The Lunar New Year and the Super Bowl on Sunday.
Yeah. So Lucy is saying, how to give up an addiction that I know isn't good for me. Well, many of us have addictions, even to things like sugar but what do you do? How do you let that go when you know it's not good for you, but you still seem to be drawn into repeating it? The question to ask yourself is, what is that addiction covering up? What is it that I am repressing with that addiction? It's different for each one of us, so we can't tell you it's this, that, or the other. But you know inside, the subconscious knows what it is that is being repressed by this addiction, because that addiction shuts your energy down. Whatever addiction it is, it's shutting something down. And so the question is, why? Why do I have it? What is it limiting in me? So, okay. Alejandra is saying, lately I'm having difficulty dealing with my 22-year-old daughter that lives with me. I see her as a mirror of what I used to be and take her comments as personal. Well, every parent conditions the child to their own belief systems, that their own way of being. So understand that your child is reflecting back to you as you see it, that this is how you used to be. So first of all, celebrate that you've changed, that you've moved on from that old. And then rather than challenging your daughter, let her know, yes, I used to be like that. I conditioned you to be like that. Now it's time for you to find your own beliefs, your own truths, your own life's purpose. This could turn into a whole workshop about how to deal with what you have done, in a sense, how you've conditioned your children. But the first thing for you is to celebrate the fact that you've moved on, and don't judge your daughter or your children for how they are. Support them in discovering what's right for them. Okay. What are you getting, Jules?
The kind of no mind space right now. There are many, many comments coming in the chat.
Yeah. Okay, so Olivia is saying, I fell in one of the lowest timelines possible for me through a kind of karmic trap set by the darkness. I missed the test. Is it still possible to come back from that as creators? Well, what you need to understand was it's not some karmic trap set by darkness. It's something that you created for yourself, and it's always possible to re-elevate. So just look at the situation and acknowledge, I created that. It's difficult to see it sometimes, how you created it. It doesn't matter the how. In a sense, the first thing is to say, for some reason, I attracted that experience into my life, and I allowed myself to spiral down into those depths of negativity or darkness, as you call it. Darkness is just a lower vibration, less consciousness. It's a way of manipulating your energy instead of just allowing your energy to flow as it's designed to when you're in your natural flow, when you're naturally being yourself. But all of us bring our energy down different times because of these limitations, these beliefs that we've been conditioned with. So Ada is saying, I felt depressed and teary-eyed, knowing it is my old programs coming up, yet uncomfortable in my body. I'm intending to be the witness, yet I'm still having low energies lately. The low energies so often come about because you judge yourself as not being able to maintain a more beautiful frequency. And so often we spiral down by judging ourselves. So when these situations come up, be aware if you're judging yourself as not good enough, inadequate. I don't know what to do, therefore I'm not good enough. I feel sorry for myself. All these things are lowering your vibration. You have to separate yourself from what's happening. Now that seems like a crazy suggestion. But when you can step back and view the situation as a creation that you've attracted to yourself in order to move on, to shed that old conditioning. It sounds like we're just repeating ourselves again and again. And when somebody said to Alcazar, but you've said this before many times, and Alcazar said, yes, we're waiting for you to listen. You can hear it, but when are you going to listen? When are you going to apply it in your life?
Anushka is saying, for weeks, I am feeling that a tsunami of the highest frequencies of love is coming, changing the world. What is this feeling? For me, it seems like a deep knowing.
So Guilaine is saying, the work with the Stargate and Alcazar has been bleeding into my meditation practice, going so much deeper in the field of oneness and integrating my consciousness. That's beautiful. Choose Conscious Living is saying, since you can channel Alcazar so fully, shouldn't you be able to do the same with your super consciousness? Well, no, I've still got my own personal issues to deal with. So I have to go through my highs and lows and experience that.
It's important not to reject our humanness as we endeavor this awakening. We can choose to be fully with ourselves moment by moment by moment. And I've had friends who try to essentially stay in channel all the time. And it's a bit like you're making like another dimensional reality more important than this dimensional reality when you're trying to do that. It's so important to love ourselves and to understand that we're in this reality to learn and to grow. And so we can bring in a channeled form of higher knowledge. We can reach and experience glimpses of our superconscious self. But if we're trying to like grasp for that connection or channel our superconscious self, we're sort of missing the point, because there's a natural, slow integration of these higher energies that's actually occurring. And when we're in that natural rhythm, we have these moments of true rapture, these moments where it opens and it's the real thing opening. It's not us grasping and rejecting one part of ourselves. So it's super important to really be honest and real with yourself and be with what is, because it's not about taking a shortcut. Your superconscious isn't in a rush. Because I was saying that over the weekend. Your superconscious is the eternal you. There's no rush. It's wanting to savor every realization that you have here.
Benedict is saying, believing that life has to be hard and difficult is a kind of addiction. Yeah, absolutely. It is. It's a program. And we can understand it. If you imagine your parents and grandparents, they've gone through world wars where things are difficult, where people are being killed in the thousands, where there's shortages and limitations. So for them, life was hard. It was a struggle from day to day. It's still happening around the world. People not even having food to eat or clean water to drink. And so there's this energy from them that life is hard. And it's in the morphic field, but it's also in the programming that we've received from our ancestors, our parents and grandparents. So life is what you make of it. Life is not hard. Life can be joyful and blissful. And more, the struggles that come up for me, the challenges that come up, they don't last so long. They're still there. They don't last as long. They don't take me down as much as they used to. I mean, Jules can remember when I would get into a depressed state for days. Now it's just temporary. It's just a moment. And then I can, okay, step out of that. I don't have to be in that. And that's the beauty of having Jules in my life, because she can remind me. So.
Yeah, you remind me too. Well, this morning I was like about to go down and you just smiled at me. And it like really helped to change the energy. Larry's asking question, isn't identifying with our multidimensional self more than our personality constructs the point of moving into the oneness? So it's about creating more spaciousness. My point in saying like it's not about grasping is because there's a subtle denial and rejection of our human experience when we do that. So like what we have the potential of doing here is being deep in the current of our own evolution. And that does mean we have an enhanced ability to change our internal state, to see our internal world with more of that like detachment that lets us change our programming. But it's about actually witnessing our programming instead of just like pretending that we don't have it anymore. So there's a difference, like this internal mastery that we're being invited into. Like absolutely we untether ourselves from our humanness and experience our multidimensional nature. That's what we're doing in these meditations. And it's such a godsend. It's like everything to be able to experience the greater realities, because then when we come back to our humanness, we have that sense that this isn't all that there is. We're not stuck. we have the ability to float and to fly and to experience universal love. And it's about bringing that universal love here into this reality and using it to melt away all of those things that keep us feeling stuck in separation. Okay.
Margie is saying we are creating a field of oneness right now by all of this communication amongst us. Maybe that's what the lesson is today. Yes, clearly. It's very much about us communing together, sharing our feelings and our experiences. And thank you all for the different comments that are coming in. Sherry is saying, there are times when I get guidance in the area of being open to asking others for help at different times in my life. And yet the energy feels so massive and nondescript in my field that I cannot find words to describe to anyone to know what specifically to ask for help for. With even through that nudge feels, even though that nudge feels so strong and true. When we feel lost in whatever situation or don't know what to do or feel like a victim, you can ask for help. You can ask friends for their insight, or just simply asking them for support, asking them for a hug. There's the body and your inner child in times of stress can really benefit from a genuine hug. The physical, loving, caring energy that is shared in a hug can reduce stress. It can reassure the inner child, your inner child, it's okay. Look, we're being loved. And for the inner child, being loved is the most important thing, to know they are loved, that they are not alone. So asking for help doesn't necessarily mean they have to give you a solution to the situation. Asking for help is about feeling you're not alone. It's okay. You are going to move through this. And if someone asks you for help, don't feel like you have to solve the situation for them. Support them, hug them, tell them it's okay, you will find a way out. Just ask yourself, why are you having this experience? Support people to discover for themselves and hold them. Let them know that you're there, that you can help if there's something practical. It's time for all of us to really feel the friendship of our community, even if it's people on the other side of the world. That's why we were asked to create this Circles Network, to start bringing people together, people that resonate with you.
Yeah, we're feeling the potential and already creating this dynamic global community so that it's not necessarily localized in any one group or any one region in the world, but it's this flowing sense of possibility that we could go anywhere and have friends who are also experiencing and exploring their true selves. And the experiencing and the exploring are key, because it's like we're not here trying to be fixed on any dogma or any rules or any specific regulations. We're all here as journeyers, voyagers through life. And that's the sweetness of life, is that it's a sense that like we can go out and explore being human just as much as we can go out and explore being multidimensional.
Yvonne is saying, let's hold each other in a big etheric hug. Yes. Ooh, I can feel it. People are doing it already. Just all connect. All. This is an energetic hug. This way that we connect to each other. One thing Alcazar has said about this is that when we connect and hold this field, our individual energies are amplified, and that we are receiving it, as well as intending to connect. We are being vibrated by this huge field that we're creating. So if you can feel this energy right now, you are being bathed in it. You're not just connecting with others, you're receiving. You're putting your one energy into the field, but there's thousands of people putting their energy towards you. This is an incredible support that we are creating. And feeling this, we can feel the potential. But take this and connect with other people. Connect either personally with those that live close to you, and those who are not in the Stargate family, but you're close to. Connect with them. Just share your love. Even if it's just with a conscious radiating love to them. Some of them might not be open for you to give them a hug, but just radiate love to them. And then connect using the Stargate circles. Connect with like-minded people around the world. People that share your pleasures in life, share your same language. Whatever it is, connect. And as we shared with the workshop over the weekend, we're actually developing a whole new way of connecting that will be much more personal and much more easy to find friends and people with similar interests.
Okay. So Lyle is saying, or Lily, Alcazar talks about the importance of maintaining connection throughout these meditations, but lately, no matter how hard I try, it seems impossible to stay awake, like a forced sedation of sorts. Any possible explanations or tips for those of us struggling with this? I think it'd be cool to have Alki talk about that a bit, because it sounds a lot like what's been happening for me during these Q&As.
Beloved friends, this one, Julianne, has put us on the spot. We were enjoying the backwards and forwards communication that you have been having together this day. But to respond to Julianne, first of all, we will just say that a few weeks ago, we specifically asked Julianne to move deeper into the energy work that she usually does in the workshops. For years, these two work together in a beautiful way. This one, Pragit, brings through more of the words from Alcazar, and Julianne brings through the energies, moment by moment, the energies behind the words that we are bringing. And for a long time, this was difficult for Julianne. Not difficult to bring the energy, but feeling that because she wasn't bringing as many words, that somehow she was not good enough. This has changed now. She is in a beautiful flow with the energies she brings and the words that she brings. So, we asked her relatively recently to move deeper into the flow of energy through her. We asked her to totally relax, not to think about bringing through information or words, but simply to go into inner stillness. And she has been doing this. And the beauty is, as she moves into what might seem like a sleep state, what is occurring is she is opening up her field for more of these energies to be shared with the group. And more people will start to move into that space. There are few of you who have come into this life, into this time of change, that can bring through these higher energies. And you will feel it happening. There are many who, in the meditations, feel like, oh, I went away, I wasn't listening, or I went to sleep. And we have said, no, it is not a sleep. Your consciousness is moving to a higher experience, to a place where the mind does not go. And therefore you think you have missed it. You think that perhaps you're asleep. No. But what we are talking about now is something different, something deeper. And we welcome those very few who are moving into that space. We welcome you there. Okay?
Thank you.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
It is kind of how it feels, is like Lily is describing, like a forced sedation. Feels like a current that's moving out, that it takes a lot of energy to fight, and it's like a delight to just fall into.
Yeah.
I like to say, maybe what we're doing here is because you're the active speaker, it's letting me develop these like yin superpowers.
Yeah.
So I'm learning how to just relax into it and not feel bad about myself.
Mm.
Cool. Lily is saying, thank you, thank you, thank you. Perfect answer. Was feeling disheartened. Yeah, good. So you and me, we're in it together.
Mm.
All right.
Mm. Oh, look at that. Jules has got the amazing smiles. Every time she smiles, has opened the whole universe.
Ooh.
No, I know.
That's so sweet.
Deb is saying, falling into creation itself, it feels like jewels. So beautiful. And a nice rose there.
Sweet.
Deborah is saying, go yin superpowers.
Yeah.
And Marjorie is saying, yay, Jules has superpowers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Hmm.
Mm.
So beautiful, people. We're at the top of the hour. Where do we
Are
go
we
from
really?
here? We certainly are, sir.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow, wow, wow. Beata is saying, you are such a wise old soul, Jules, with contagious enthusiasm and curiosity, that we are
Better
childlike.
childlike.
Yeah.
Awesome combination.
Yeah. Hmm. Okay. Wow.
Hmm.
Linda is saying, I loved the etheric hug earlier. Thank you. I felt a hug chill, as well as bringing a huge smile to my face. Hmm.
Hmm. And Elisa saying, thank you for that question, Jules. I've been feeling so bad about not being able to stay conscious in the meditations, no matter what I do. Tears falling down with Alcazar's response. And truly, Elisa, and anyone else who's going through this, if we really are developing some kind of yin superpowers where, and I believe that that's what's happening, the best thing we can do is honor the space. It's like in our society, we're so taught to honor the external, the achievement, the words, the brilliance that is outwardly expressed. And it's an open invitation to actually, like, when we do come back at the end of a meditation where maybe we felt like we fell asleep or were taken into the abyss, to really feel our vibration, to really bring like our full presence, to like just have a moment of wonder and awe
Hmm.
and connect to the wordless space and hold that as something that's profound and beautiful.
Yeah, so there's a comment here. I'm with you, Jules. Glad I don't have to talk. It depends on why you're not talking. If you are not talking because you're repressing something, then you need to look at that. You need to be honest with yourself. I'm not talking because I don't feel good enough, I'm not smart enough, or whatever. If you are not talking simply because there's a silence, and you don't need to break that silence, you don't need to have the casual, superficial conversations that a lot of people get into, then that's different. So that's just something to ask yourself. Why am I not talking? I don't like having these superficial conversations.
Yeah, Preet does not like small talk.
I
That's
don't.
true.
No, I tend to avoid it. And then people think, oh, what's wrong with him? He's not joining in the conversation. But
It's just how you are.
just how I am. Yeah, Kelly is saying, being with what is, there isn't a goal, isn't a competition, no one way, no right, no wrong, just be. Perfect, Kelly. I quite agree.
So should we do a big energetic
Yes.
connection?
Let's do that. Yeah, it's happening already.
Yeah, there's a lot of people
It's
dropping in.
great. Yeah. All of us now, let's do this. Let's connect. Let's send a big etheric hug. Let's just send love into this community. It's amazing what's happening. Alcazar says that the Stargate attracts intelligent people. And by that, he doesn't mean people with a degree. He means people that are sensible enough, smart enough to know that there is more to life than what's generally happening out there. So we welcome you to this group of intelligent, loving beings as we hug each other, holding this field, receiving as well as giving. Yes, very beautiful. Very beautiful. And tomorrow, when we gather, we will bring this meditation that we did yesterday, and we will add the energy of support from all of us, thousands of us participating in this program. We will bring all our energies together to amplify this meditation so that anyone, anywhere can draw upon that support, that you'll be able to play that meditation and feel the energies of support that are coming from this beautiful, loving Stargate family. So thank you for this day. Thank you for this interesting experience. Wasn't what we expected.
I'm just feeling the invitation for us all to drop deeper into the heart. So you can literally put a hand on your heart if you wish, your heart center. And just drop in and feel the connection, the oneness. First with your own heart center. And like, I mean oneness. Like right now I have like a sense of like richness, a little bit of sadness. And like, it's not even really sadness though. It's just like a depth. So it's like where the sadness that maybe I have had is turning into pure energy of compassion. And it's all feels like it's being lit up by this field of oneness that we're all in. And so there's a strength there too. So start to just feel the energies in your own field, in your own heart center, as if they're being illuminated. They're just glowing. You're just letting everything that is be. That's oneness. You're bringing the totality of your humanness. That's oneness. You're letting yourself be exactly as you are. And you're letting that version of yourself be held by this field of love. Thousands of people around the world who've also lived diverse, rich lives, who've tasted sorrow and exaltation. Can you feel that? That is the gift that humanity is bringing to the universe. The Pleiadians through Wendy Kennedy talk about this. Compassion is our superpower. We're known galactically, or we will be known as the golden ones. The golden light of oneness. So just feel that. We're drawing that potential here. And feel and connect through your heart center. Just reaching out with this massive hug right now. Embracing the totality of your own and everyone else's humanness. Because it's our superconscious is in all of it. The energies of the divine encapsulate everything. Just feel. Can you lean into this love a little bit deeper? And can you feel that when we embrace the depths turn into this bright light, this shimmering oneness. Beloved ones, be at one with your own self right now. Let go of the desire to connect globally and trust the momentum you have created as if you are a leaf gently floating to the depths of self. Yeah. Letting go of all effort And feel the oneness from there. Feel the very depths of your own self, connected to the very depths of everyone else. Can you feel that there are layers and levels of your intention to free yourself? There is actually a deeper, broader, wider, higher encapsulation of your own self, your humanness, and your superconscious self. These facets of who you are all witnessing your evolution. They are all holding you as you journey toward freedom. And so at any given moment, you can relax into the deeper parts of self, that the deeper parts of your awareness can begin to speak to your humanness through your human awareness. We are inviting you to trust a little more deeply in your own self right now, to trust your life's journey, to trust that you are being held in a universal current of support for this awakening process is very real. The challenges are real. The phases of your evolution are real. And beloved ones, listen to this very keenly right now. Take this in very deeply right now. You are drawing in the next levels of evolution for humankind simply by being a voyager on the path toward awakening to the oneness that is your true nature. You are actually pulling closer more elevated potentials for all of humanity. And so we invite you to love yourself a little more deeply, to draw in this support and the very deepest levels of self, to make a commitment to falling absolutely, completely in love with you, all facets of you, the facets that make you drop your jaw in wonder, and the facets that are needing to be loved from your past, to shed any preconceived notion of who you are, because all of those are simply timestamps on your path to eternity. You are not who you think you are. You are something far greater. And it is time to allow the greater self, the depths of self, the very heights of your awareness to kiss all of those fragments of who you have thought you are, so that they can start to dissolve and you can know yourself as this eternity coursing through your moment by moment reality. This is freedom. Freedom is knowing that you have never, in truth, been stuck in the first place. You have simply been living an experience of duality, and now you are lifting up out of separation, back into the oneness.
Mm. Ah, so beautiful friends. Thank you so much for this experience today. And we will see you once more in your tomorrow.
I'm just vibing with this energy.
Mm.
So let's just give one more big hug around the world. Sending so much love. And tomorrow we go deep into meditation for compassion.
Mm.